So, if you could, real quick, could you go ahead and introduce yourself, your first and last name, your username or the handle that you go by, as well as your age or current year that you're currently with Assumption College right now, as well as your current major?
Sure thing. So my name is Mitchell Hurley. I go by MCRASH65 in game. I am a 22-year-old senior at Assumption University, and my major is business management.
Ooh, business management. I like that. Did you go into college just kind of like that's exactly what I want to do? This is something that I really had a lot of fun with, or that you always looked up to someone in that field?
I was going in, I knew I wanted to do something with business, but I wasn't sure what.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took a couple business classes and found out like I just really like communicating with people, socializing, like, engaging, and I just found that like business management was probably my passion, what I want to do later in life.
Of course. And what game are you currently competing under?
I'm currently competing with the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Team. I am their
Ooh,
captain, and it's been honorable. It's been an amazing 4 years. The past time, 4 years competing with them.
I bet. I mean that has to be a lot of fun. I know. I believe some of the formats. One of the fun formats is of course the crew battles or team battles that they currently have going on. So is that the
Yes.
format that you're competing under? Is that right?
We are competing under 1v1 this semester. We're gonna look to engage in the crew battles in the future. We need to build up a roster a little bit.
Oh, okay, okay, that's awesome. And have you competed under other esports before? Have you competed in other games before? Or has it pretty much just been Super Smash Brothers?
It's pretty much just been Super Smash Brothers. I've looked at other games. I've like looked into playing Overwatch, but I haven't picked it up on a competitive setting, just casual.
Of course. And what with Super Smash Brothers? Let's be honest. A lot of us, when we first started, it wasn't just Ultimate or anything like that. How far back? What was the first Super Smash Brothers game that you played?
Okay, so I remember my dentist office near the location I had. It had I was 3 years old when I walked in there. It was the first video game I ever picked up. It was Super Smash Bros. Melee. Looked up brand the
Yeah.
game in the front office, picked up Ganondorf, and I've just been hooked with the franchise ever since.
Oh man, that's awesome. Do you still play Ganondorf to this day?
I swapped to Cloud. I played him until
Oh.
Ultimate, and then I didn't like what they did with him. Like I liked his range and how heavy he hits with his sword, but I needed a faster character.
Yep, that's fair. I like the change. So, what kind of drew you to Assumption? Was it the college at first? Was it the esports program? Or what really drew you to Assumption as a whole?
So I've lived in the area around Assumption for a while, so I just grown to like be on campus frequently, just walking around or hanging out with friends after school. So I knew all about the campus lifestyle. So using that, I toured other colleges to compare, and I just really love the sense of community. And then when I heard they were building an esports program, I'm like, this really interests me. Like, I want to be part of a community. I want to be part of an inaugural sports team that's starting to grow in other aspects globally and on campus. So that's what drew me here is their esports program, but also just being familiar with the college lifestyle here in their community.
Knowing that it's always nice to have a foot in before you even start looking, right? To really be able to sit down and be like, hey,
Exactly.
I already like it. Like, there's no other real choice there. And that's awesome to see that you love the community even outright. You didn't even see it as almost like a target, right? It was just, it's home. It's another place to call home. Getting back into it a little bit, let's talk about your role on the team, right? You said that you are the captain for the Super Smash Brothers team. Does that also include a lot of analytics, a lot of the managerial roles, or is it mostly just like coaching of the players?
Is right now it's just overlooking the program. There was a captain before me, Alec Prentice. He was phenomenal. He was fantastic. He oversaw the coaching. He oversaw the managerial. Like he knew the game inside and out. And like I have really big shoes that I know I'm not going to fill, but I'm just keeping the team together, making sure just keeping like the rule book in a sense, making sure everyone's competing, making sure we're all doing our fair share in competition, staying on our best sportsmanship, while Alec handles our coaching and advisoring in leadership the past 4 years.
That's awesome. Stepping into those shoes, yes, they might be big, but it sounds like you got a pretty good handle on it. And learning how
Thank
to fill
you.
those shoes is also, part of the process, right? So it's good to hear that you
Yes.
are stepping into it willingly and earnestly.
Thank you.
So taking a look here, you've been competing for about 4 years, and you've been playing for however long before. I'm sure you went to locals
Yes.
and everything. What has been your
Yes.
favorite part of competing within the program thus far? I mean, 4 years has been a long time. There has to be an aspect of the competition that you enjoy the most.
Last year, we were before joining the NACC, we were in the Eastern Collegiate Athletics Conference, the ECAC,
Mhm.
and our captain Alec went up. He placed high enough to go to Albany for almost like their version of nationals for Super Smash Brothers, and he took the whole Smash team with him. And just being even like we played casual matches with the other teammates that were there, but just being in that atmosphere and in like a big arena in Albany, New York, to cheer on one of our teammates that represents the school, and him getting second place out of 80 other schools there was just an incredible experience, and just getting to meet new players, just play friendly competitions, and it was just a wonderful time.
I bet like definitely getting out and also seeing those new aspects. That's one of the fun parts about lands. That's the fun part about, these
Yeah,
national groups that are starting to kick up, right? Getting that opportunity to also meet like-minded competitors that you only hear about sometimes when you play against them online, right?
exactly right. Just being able to put name to face,
Yeah.
it's
It's like
always wonderful.
it's like, "Oh, I beat you last time and then you kicked my butt like 2 weeks later," kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
So what has been your favorite part of the program in general? Because I know we talked about the competitive aspect of your team, but as a program, of course, especially since you've seen it over the course of 4 years really be built up, and you have a strong mentor as well. What has been your favorite part of the program in its entirety?
It's just we're very fortunate to have a space that we can allocate for esports, and just having that space coming in once, twice, three times a week for practices, and just engaging with both my teammates, but also just seeing the other teams in the program just having fun and just practicing, but also watching and cheering on their competitions. Just having that space for like what Assumption strives itself for, community, having that space dedicated to esports where we can just watch and cheer each other on and practice and just learn off each other. That is like that encapsulates what Assumption Esports is.
I think that's fantastic, right? The fact that the faculty is even the school is really pushing for it. That's something that, as you said, it's a blessing, right? A lot of these schools are just
Absolutely.
getting to it, so that's cool to hear.
Exactly.
What I know you mentioned it before. Going to Albany, New York, being able to compete before. That's awesome. Is there a specific favorite or most memorable moment that you've had in your competitive career specifically that you've enjoyed or really sticks in mind?
I would say it would have to go. We have a esports location close to campus that hosts locals, and just going there, I didn't place very high, but I got to play. They were having their first monthly for Smash Brothers, and I went there and I played against two professional players, Axiom and Light. I
Oh
got
my
completely
gosh.
destroyed, but it was a lot of fun.
I bet that's crazy getting to go up against some of those professionals that you like admire in the scene as well. It's one of the
Exactly.
few
It's like,
times where you're like,
I love you, but like you killed me and I'm at a tournament, but still that was amazing. Let's do it again.
it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
Um, that's cool to hear that you got to play up into that. And so that brings me to my next question, of course. With that competitive experience under your belt, and especially as into your fourth year here, are you looking to go even further with your competitive career? Are you also looking into maybe like a coaching position or going further with esports in general?
I would love to go further in esports. I've been part of the school's honors program here for all 4 years as well. And my senior thesis, I decided to write on esports and like just the current industry and where it's growing. So I'd absolutely love to continue like learning and researching and just helping to build into this really rapidly growing industry.
Yeah, it's been on its growth. This has its ups and downs, but we
Yes.
we pray for the best for anyone ever involved. MCrash, thank you so much. It's been so much fun getting to talk with you and get to know you, as well as a little bit of your insight into the program, and especially as a fourth year in this program and looking beyond now. I gotta ask you: is there anyone that you want to give a very heartfelt thanks or a huge amount of respect over to that has helped you along your journey here in esports and helped you along, whether it be with your studies or with learning the game a little bit more? Anyone that you want to give that shout out that has been beside you, whether inside the organization or out?
Okay, I got to give it to two people. First, I got to give it to Alec just by training me to like I would not be where I am in the game if it wasn't for him. Like I came in literally knowing practically nothing about the game, and he's taught me so much and just helped me improve in the game so much. Like he's probably the greatest Smash coach I've ever seen or had. He like not and he's our captain and he's a good friend of mine. So just thank you to him. And then it would have to be one of my professors, Libby O'Hara, just by getting me involved in establishing connections in business and with the esports program here at school and out in the greater Worcester area and Assumption community, she's been a fantastic help as well. So special thank you to both of them.
Of course, having those mentors and that kind of support system behind you, I think, is always um, one. It's very nice to have, but two, to
Yeah.
recognize their input. I think that shows a lot of the maturity that you have as someone that is now filling those shoes to be able to say, these are people I'm going to look up to, and these are people that have helped me along the way. That says a lot for you as well as your teammates. So again, Crash, thank you so much for the interview.